Welcome back to another video in English. For this video we'll be going through various coins from my collection, various foreign coins that will say not Swedish coins nor German coins as we saw in the previous video. So we will both be going through coins and some notes. We can start with this one. I have no clue what this is. I believe it's Asian, probably Chinese. I have a couple of these that I bought, but I said to say that I have no clue what they are. But they're pretty. A hole in the bottom. Yeah, it's 50 something. Well, shall we take the enclosed ones first? What do we have here? We have 10 something. $1870. Well, if I don't remember wrong, it's an Austro-Hungarian coin, silver coin from 1870 apparently. Franz Josef, I believe it's in Latin, probably, of Austrian emperor. Well, doesn't look that pretty. And another one, I got some African coins. So this is from Ghana, Freedom and Justice. It's from the 60s, I believe. 1967, 1 peseva. Just an interesting coin that I come across. A UN franc. This is from the former French colonies in Africa. Banque Nationale du Rwanda. It wasn't a former French colony at all. 1969. Rwanda was originally a German colony, I believe, but that was later administered by the Belgians after Germany lost World War I. So I believe that's why it's in French, because the Belgians mostly spoke French, but also Flemish for that matter. The next coin is a Brazilian silver coin, a commemorative coin from 1932. It's been 400 years since Brazil was established, I guess. It's Brazil, I believe, or was it Mexico, probably both, have changed their currency a shitload amount of times. This is 2000 rice. And, well, stopping valid as a tender currency for a long time, probably. And this is this one Portuguese, I believe? So both are from Portuguese-speaking countries. Let's see who's the man on. It's Petrus the Second, something imperator, perhaps. Imperator. Oh no, it's also Brazilian. It's the 1869. Yes, it's from the Brazilian emperor, while they still were an empire. Brazil were a monarchy back in the 1800s. They only had 2 emperors before becoming a republic. So this is one of them. Let's explain the Imperator title. This is 20 rice, and the other one was 2000. So there's a bit of inflation, as you can imagine. Well, we are moving on now. There's a lot of English, Elizabeth, British, colonial coins, whatever. There are plenty of these. But this one in particular is not a regular British coin. It's a colonial coin. And it just happened across me by purchasing just a cobbled up together pile of British coins that were used in Britain, I guess. Or a tourist that went across Britain. So this is one of the coins he got in the exchange, I guess, and brought back home, and I bought it from him in his bag of British coins. It's a colonial coin from Cyprus, from the British colony of Cyprus in 1955. 5 mils. So perhaps he went to Cyprus, but I like to imagine that he went to Britain and there was this coin that was in circulation and they used it like every other coin. It's just the queen on it, and that's good enough without actually being a British coin. But a colonial coin. Yes, it's a franc. It's another franc, a 2 franc. Liberté, égalité, fraternité, 1871, from the newly established French Republic, when they deposed their Emperor Napoleon III. République Française, or whatever. So it's a French silver franc, or 2 silver franc. For some reason I've come across a few French coin here, but I can show this one straight away, because this one is of the French Empire. Pretty bad quality, but it says Empire Français. It's Sino centimeters. How many that is? And the empire, the emperor himself, Napoleon III, Emperor, 1854. When the newly established Second French Republic, 1848 until 1852, I believe, when the elected president Napoleon, nephew of the great Napoleon I, the conqueror of Europe, won the presidency and declared himself emperor and, dictator soon afterwards. And he wasn't really popular. Well, he got deposed. That's why we got the Third French Republic right over there. Because he lost a war to Germany. And Germany was created because of it. So it was a terrible, terrible disaster. And they also lost Alsace-Lorraine. And from one French humiliation to another. Travailler, familier, patrie. 2 francs. 1943. And you might wonder, wasn't France occupied in 1943? Yes, they were indeed. This is an occupation coin. For the État français, the French state, also known as Vichy France, is a low-quality aluminium coin for the German-occupied France, or their puppet state that existed in those lands. Piece of history. And another French humiliation. And here, the middle part might be Arabic, I don't know, but the one around, is it even letters? I mean, have you any guesses for what this coin is? Because I haven't a singular clue looking at this side. I know what it is, but but it says on the other side in Latin letters. But just judging from this, have you any clue what this is? Well, 1945, a colonial coin from the Dutch East Indies, what would become Indonesia, is 2.5 cents. Because the Dutch said, fuck off independence, we want our colony back, which they would eventually lose some years later. We got a half-franc coin from 1914, I believe. Is it French? Do you ask? No, it's not. It's actually Swiss. Helvetica, or Helvetia. The Latin name for Switzerland. Because they have 3 official languages, so they can't just use one language on the coin. So they pick another foreign language, Latin, instead to represent the name of the country. And a bit older, 1879, another 2 francs. The same. And if you know Swiss coins, you can look at Swiss coins today and find that they pretty much have the same design even today. So they have a pretty long record of having the same design on their coins in the 1800s as they do today. Moving on. Now, what is this? It's not a French coin, it's another franc. Colony, perhaps? Arab colony? What could it be? Whoops. It's from Tunisia, 1945, after the Second World War, regaining their colony. Tunisia would, I believe it was in the 50s, 1950, pretty early that they gained independence, because the French hold on to Algeria, but Tunisia, they agreed to let be independent. But they eventually lost Algeria as well. But this is a late colonial coin from the French colony or protectorate or whatever of Tunisia. And that was the Napoleon III coin. What do we have here? We have a 1906 French coin, 10 cents, centimes or whatever it's called, from the French Republic. Keep dropping these coins. and another franc from the Chambers of Commerce of France. I don't remember the history of these coins, but they were given out in the 20s. It's a 1 franc. Also got 2 franc of the same design. Pretty heavy coin actually. And a 5 franc coin from 1947 after World War II. The newly established freedom of the Republic. The Fourth Republic. It looks heavy, possibly looks silver, but this is actually aluminium and it doesn't weigh anything at all basically. This coin is heavier than this one. I think it's like 2 of those for every one of those in weight. It weighs nothing. There's a 5 franc. We also got a 10 franc coin. Another Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité. 1948. This one actually has some weight in it. Of the early Fourth French Republic in the beginning of the Cold War. So, shall we take a look at some notes of my note collection that I haven't updated really in a couple of years. So there's the bills here are pretty old in my collection. I haven't had the recent additions. Well, I bought some more occupation notes from the Japanese occupations in the Pacific, but I suppose I could show them off in another video. It's the classic Zimbabwe, $10 trillion. Very nice looking note. Got to have one of those. And another one. You just keep seeing the inflation just going straight to shit. Yeah. 5 cents. $500 million. It just went straight to shit. Now, here's a country that doesn't even de facto exist anymore. But, well, it never de jure existed, I guess, but now it doesn't even de facto exist. Is breakaway region of Nagorno-Karabakh, the Republic of Artsakh in Azerbaijan, which were ruled by the Armenian minority in that country, but it has ceased to exist this year. This particular bill is from 2004 and it's written in Armenian. Pretty bill, but sadly a country with a sad fate. A Haitian banknote from Haiti, 1992. In French. A Tanzanian shilling. This one is from, does it have any year? On the other side perhaps. It's a pretty bill actually. No year on this one. Where am I? It's pretty new, I imagine. Oh, here. A Philippine 20 pesos but from the Mindanao Emergency Currency Board. They will say the 1944. The guerrillas of the Philippines against the Japanese by the guerrilla government fighting the Japanese. And from the Japanese themselves, an occupation note of the same, the Philippines, 5 pesos. Don't take the Japanese cash, take the guerrilla cash. Because these ones, worthless after the war, while those were not. A Soviet bill from 1947, interesting shape. How many is it? Is it 1 ruble? Well, how many rubles is it? I believe it's 1 ruble, right? Yeah, 1 ruble from 1947. A Finnish banknote from 1918, I believe. The tiniest bill in my collection. 25 penny. So that's like 25 cents. Imagine having a bill for 25 cents. Well, they did. And it's tiny. A bill from Venezuela, República Bolivariana de Venezuela. It's from 2018, I believe. Worthless. Absolutely pretty, but worthless. Venezuela is another country with hyperinflation where money has gone to shit. So yeah, lots of changing currencies, so it's worth absolutely nothing. North Korea. Yeah, actually got one of those as well. Is it real though? Was it actually smuggled out of North Korea? Who knows? But even as a replica, it's pretty nice. A Ukrainian note. I don't remember the name of the Ukrainian currency, but it's a 1 note. And it's pretty new actually. They have a date somewhere. Well, you can obviously see that it's a Ukrainian note from 2014. The colors and the coat of arms is pretty revealing. And now, a note of the United States of America, but not any note. It's a silver certificate, which means instead of being exchanged for gold, it is exchanged for silver. But it's still $1 nonetheless, except instead for $1 in gold, you get to exchange it for $1 in silver. But they stopped. They were still usable, and I believe they are still usable. But since long, they can't be exchanged for neither silver or gold these days. But they still is a remembrance from a prior era. And that's that. Some various coins and bills, notes from my collection. Thanks for watching.